my friends, to Big Bill Anderson's Life Tours. I'm here at Forest Lawn, Hollywood Hills Cemetery, Los Angeles. Pay my respects to a gentleman that played Sam the bartender on Gunsmoke for 200 episodes. Think about that. A long time, many years. Died of cancer, unfortunately, in 1973. But where I saw him too, I grew up watching Sam as the bartender, but I watched him recently in a movie called Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, where Glenn Strange played Frankenstein. Also in that movie was Lon Chaney playing the werewolf, and also Bela Lugosi. So, and he had the authorization too through Universal to play Frankenstein through Boris Karloff, who was the originator of the Frankenstein genre in movies. So I'm going to tell you the life story of Glenn Strange. He was a character actor. He appeared in hundreds of movies, and I'll tell you more about him, my friends. Stay with me.
George Glenn Strange was born on August 16th, 1899 in Weed, New Mexico Territory, 13 years prior to New Mexico gaining statehood. But Glenn grew up in the West Texas town of Crosscut. His father was a bartender and later a rancher. Strange was a self-taught fiddler and guitar player. By the time he was 12, he was performing at cowboy dances. By 1928, he was on the radio in El Paso, Texas. In 1930, he came to Hollywood as a member of the radio singing group Arizona Wranglers. Strange joined the singers after having appeared at a rodeo in Prescott, Arizona. In 1932, Strange had a minor role as part of the Wreckers gang in a 12-part serial, The Hurricane Express, starring John Wayne. He procured his first motion picture role in 1932 also. Strange played numerous small parts in Paramount's popular Hopalong Cassidy film series, usually cast as a member of an outlaw gang and occasionally as a local sheriff. Beginning in 1949, he portrayed Butch Cavendish, the villain responsible for killing all of the Texas Rangers except one in the long-running television series The Lone Ranger. In 1942, he appeared as the Mad Monster for PRC, a Poverty Row studio. In 1944, while Strange was being made up for an action film at Universal, makeup artist Jack Pierce noticed that Strange's facial features and 6'5" height would be appropriate for the role of Frankenstein's monster. Strange was cast in 1944 film House of Frankenstein in the role created by Boris Karloff in Frankenstein in 1931. Coached by Karloff personally after hours together. On the set of House of Dracula in 1945, Lon Chaney Jr. got him extremely drunk. In a scene where the monster is discovered in a cave, Strange had to lay immersed for hours in faked quicksand, actually cold mud, waiting for the cameras to roll. As Glenn began to get a serious chill, Chaney recommended that alcohol would keep Strange warm. Strange could barely walk straight after the day's shooting. Glenn played the monster a third time in Abbott and Costello's Meet Frankenstein in 1948, with Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman and Bela Lugosi as Count Dracula. Strange also appeared in character with Lou Costello in a haunted house skit on the Colgate Comedy Hour, as well as making a gag publicity appearance as a masked flagpole sitter for a local Los Angeles TV show in the 1950s. After weeks of the station teasing the public about the sitter's identity, Strange removed his mask and revealed himself as Frankenstein's monster. Actually, yet another mask. Strange also played a monster in the Bowery Boys horror comedy Masterminds in 1949, mimicking the brain-transplanted Hunt's Hall. Strange appeared twice as Jim Wade on Bill Williams' syndicated Western series The Adventures of Kit Carson. He also appeared twice as Blake in the western The Cisco Kid. In 1952, he was cast in the role of Chief Black Cloud in the episode Indian War Party of The Range Rider. In 1954, Strange played Sheriff Billy Rowland in Jim Davis's Western series Stories of the Century. Strange appeared 6 times in 1956 in multiple roles on Edgar Buchanan's syndicated Judge Roy Bean. That same year of 1956, Strange appeared in an uncredited role as the sheriff of Silver Rapids in the Western movie The Fastest Gun Alive, starring Glenn Ford. In 1958, he had a minor part in an episode of John Payne's The Restless Gun and an important role in the 1958 episode Chain Gang of the Western series 26 Men, true stories about the Arizona Rangers. That same year, he played the rancher Pat Cafferty, who faces the threat of anthrax in the episode Queen of the Cimarron of the Western series Frontier Doctor. Strange appeared in 6 episodes of The Rifleman, starring Chuck Connors. He was cast in 5 episodes of the ABC Western The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp and 3 segments of the syndicated Annie Oakley. In 1959, he appeared in another Western series, Mackenzie's Raiders, in the episode entitled Apache Boy. Strange first appeared on Gunsmoke in 1959 and assumed several roles on the long-running program before he was permanently cast as the calm bartender. Strange was cast twice on the Western aviation adventure series Sky King in 1958. During the wave of monster-related merchandising in the late 1950s and 1960s, it was actually Glenn Strange's iconic image used for the monster on toys, games, and paraphernalia, most often from his appearance in the Abbott and Costello film. In 1969, the New York Times mistakenly published Boris Karloff's obituary with Glenn Strange's picture as the Frankenstein monster. Strange was a big man at 6 feet 5 inches tall and weighed 220 pounds. His first wife was Flora Hooper of Duncan, Oklahoma. They had 2 daughters, Wynema and Juanita. He was married from 1937 to his death in 1973 to his 3rd wife, Minnie Thompson. The couple had 2 children, Harry Glenn Strange and Janine Lorraine Strange. On September 20th, 1973, at the age of 74, Glenn Strange died of lung cancer in Los Angeles. Singer Eddie Dean, with whom Strange had collaborated on various songs and opening themes for films, sang at Strange's funeral service as a final tribute. In 1975, 2 years after Strange's death, his Gunsmoke co-star Buck Taylor named his 3rd son Cooper Glenn Taylor after Strange. Glenn Strange will probably best be remembered for playing Frankenstein's monster in 3 Universal films during the 1940s and for his role as Sam Noonan, the popular bartender on CBS's Gunsmoke series for 11 seasons. But Glenn Strange did appear in hundreds of westerns and other movies during his lifetime. I just recently saw Glenn in the 1947 film Brute Force, starring Burt Lancaster. I'll show you some of the films that Glenn appeared in during his long and illustrious career. And my friends, I hope you like this video, a tribute to Glenn Strange, character actor for decades in Hollywood. One of those faces you always remember, but sometimes you just don't remember the name that goes with it. And as Sam the bartender, he was just one of the characters of the show that was just fun to see every week for hundreds of episodes. So if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so. It is greatly appreciated. Please leave a comment. Was Gunsmoke one of your favorite westerns? Or did you ever see Glenn Strange as Frankenstein? Let me know in the comments. And thank you, my friends. Have a wonderful day, and Adios, amigos.